touching, yo. It could be verbal abuse, mental abuse. That messes a kid up when they grow up. You know what I'm saying? And that's a toxic household, and that's all because of alcohol. People. That brings me into my next thing too. Like working for the system. That's a generational curse. And then you got kids, right? Your kids see it. Eventually, they might grow up becoming an alcoholic or indulging in alcohol beverages on a frequent basis. So you're around your kids, and your kids see you high, so it passes over to the next generation. And then what's sad is when your kids do it, and then they doing it around their kids, then so on and so on and so on. And that's what Satan wants, man. He here to destroy, yo. What's good, guys? It's your boy New Era Rich checking in with another vlog. I want to say blessings, yo. Good morning. Blessings to you. Blessings to your family. Blessings for everything, yo. God woke us up this morning, guys. He woke us up this morning. If you got kids, the kids woke up. It's actually a snow day today. He blessed us with a lot of snow. So guys, yo, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is your boy New Era Rich. Yeah, that B.I. I'd like to welcome you to my channel, guys. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about generational curses. Yeah. Generational curses, guys. And we all got generational curses. Can't say, well, I ain't got no generational curse. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, guys. Me included. So, yeah, what is a generational curse? Well, guys, I don't get on Google or none of that. I just cut the camera on and I speak my life and speak on how I see it. So if you want to drop down in the comment and add your little 2 cents or your feedback, do it. You know what I'm saying? We all about learning. It's all about growth and development. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I'm going to give it to you as I see it. Like I say, I ain't got no Webster dictionary. I ain't Google nothing. I just go off. It's raw and uncut with me. So, a generational curse, going off my own personal experiences, my definition, New Era Rich definition, a new generational curse would actually be something that stops growth, something that the people before you, meaning your parents and their parents and maybe their parents, generations, you get what I'm saying? They did the same thing, and then you were brought up. Your parents taught you, right? I mean, eventually you hit a certain age and we become grown adults, and then we can start making decisions for ourselves. But you don't even realize it, guys, including me, that once you're growing up in a certain environment, you're growing up in a certain environment, and you develop these habits that your parents had, your grandparents had, possibly your great-great-grandparents had. You don't even know it because you think it's normal. Well, they did it. They taught. They did this. They did that. And guess what? You become an adult. You got them same bad habits. And guess what you end up having? You end up having kids. And then you pass them habits on to your kids. So, yeah, we're going to talk about breaking generational curses, guys. Yep. First up the bat, we're going to talk about sex. How can sex be a generational curse? Well, I'm guilty of this one, as many of you guys are. Keep it real with yourself, guys. Fear of commitment, for one. You know, what's the word in the Bible? They say a whoremonger. I'm guilty of that sin right there, being a whoremonger back in the day. You know how it is to you young guys out there. I mean, I know it's cool at a certain age where you got 4, 5 girls, you know, that you hit up, that you have set your relations, and then you could be like, yo, we friends. Like, yo, especially nowadays with these diseases out there, yo, that's a generational curse right there by itself. Yo, you catch a disease, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it like this. If you was a young boy and you seen your father not with your mom or cheating on your mom, fear commitment, and he's out there cheating on your mom, you know, like, yeah, of course, yeah, that's my mom, I'm salty, yo, you ain't gonna really rock with him like that. But at the same time, you will develop those habits. You will develop those habits, guys, without even knowing it. That's that noise. Oh, that's the heat. So yeah, yo, you get what I'm saying? So like, I don't want to say monkey see, monkey do, but you would do it without even realizing it. You know, sex, adultery, that's basically what it is. Definitely a sin. I'm guilty of that. You know, not now, guys. I'm saying in my younger days, but you know, you're moving woman to woman, and then and women do it too. I'm not just saying guys. It's this universal, yo. You know, males and females. But I'm saying, like, I can only speak for boys to men, because I'm a man. But you're messing with women to women, girl to girl. And then think about, some of these girls might catch feelings. Now they heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get older, we ain't even gonna talk about you commit adultery, and then it's consequences to it. Because one, you can either have another kid from another girl, and then these are broken homes. You know, God didn't intend it to be like that. Yo, you're supposed to get with a person and stick with them. Now, if you with a woman, because I know in some countries, you know, you can have multiple wives. And in the Bible, yo, they say you can do that. Me personally, I'm in America, yo, I don't get down with that, yo. I think one woman is good enough, because one woman to me is like 5 wives on the real. If you know, you know. So it's just like, yo, I'm cool. I don't need that many headaches. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you do have multiple wives, like, and they know about each other, I don't see a problem with that if you guys have an agreement, you know? So yeah, sex could be a generational curse, guys. Like, and then not even like you, that's your flesh, right? Sex, flesh. You know what I'm saying? You having multiple sex partners, yo. Like, that's an addiction, bro. You ain't no different than a crackhead. If you really want to keep it real, keep it 1,000, yo. Like, come on, man. How many bodies you got? Oh, I got about 30, 40 bodies. Like, what? Nowadays, people up in the hundreds. Bro, it's nasty. I don't know what else to say. That's nasty, yo. So yeah, yo, sex is a generational curse, because wait, you could have seen your mom out there bringing multiple men around you. If you're a girl, or if you're a woman, why you're a girl, but I'm saying why you're a woman, you could think it's cool to have multiple men because your mom did it. Generational curse. And it go the same way with the fathers and the boys. You get what I'm saying? And then you, guess what? You get older, you do it. And if you got a son or a daughter, you doing it around them, more than likely, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to do the same thing. So that's a curse you definitely want to break, guys. Next up, alcoholism. That was one of my biggest problems, guys. No doubt. I'm pretty sure alcoholism was in the bloodline. For sure. And that's another thing, yo. Like, yo, people before you that's in your family could have had a problem with alcohol, and it's in the bloodline. So then it came to you. But guess what? You really don't know until you start drinking. You hit a certain age and you start drinking, and you're abusing it. Nobody say nothing wrong with drinking alcohol. I'm definitely not saying that, but like alcohol abuse is a real thing, guys. So it's like alcoholism, generational curse. You get to drinking, get laid off from your job. You could get abusive too. Abusive with your spouse, male or female, whichever, gender you are. Abusive with your kids. They don't even, yeah, domestic violence, that type of ish. And then it don't even have to be abuse touching, yo. It could be verbal abuse, mental abuse. That messes a kid up when they grow up, you know what I'm saying? And that's a toxic household, and that's all because of alcohol, People, that brings me into my next thing too, like working for the system. That's a generational curse. Like with me, I used to drink a lot when I got off work, working them long hours, yo. I actually was paying child support too, so oh my God, medical, child support. Think about it, child support and medical for the kid, right? And medical for the kids that I got outside of that kid, So it was. People, they was taking close to almost $800 out of my check, yo, every 2 weeks. $800. It's almost a stack. So it do get crazy. So that's another thing. Like, working for the system is a generational curse, but I'm bringing that up. I'm gonna get to that later. What I'm saying with the alcoholism, with me, I would drink because it was stressful, yo. You know what I'm saying? That you had some jackass, supervisors or jackass managers or whatever, whoever's the corporate or the authority over you at your job, and then you come home and sometimes you like, man, let me drink, you know what I'm saying? I got it, because you thinking that's gonna drink it away, but it's really not, yo. It's making it worse. So yeah, yo, alcoholism is definitely a generational curse, because you drinking and you got kids, right? Your kids see it. Eventually they might grow up becoming an alcoholic, or indulging in alcohol beverages on a frequent basis. So that's something you really don't want. And you already know alcohol, it messes with your kidneys and all that, so that brings health problems. So that go another generational curse, because let's say you had a relative or one of your parents died because of kidney failure or whatever, because they was drinking too much, and then bam, you drinking too much and you going through the same problems. Generational curse, guys. Alcoholism. Guess we could skip right into drugs. Drugs, guys, self-explanatory, bro. I'm even speak like, yo, you see your parents, you see anybody, yo. It could be uncles, it ain't gotta be parents, but you're growing up in an environment where people are doing drugs all the time. How can drugs be good for you? Did I do drugs? At one point in time, I did. Yes, sir. But I wasn't really I wasn't addicted to it. But at the same time, and did I grow up around drugs? Yeah. Man, did I ever? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dang. I guess I'm just learning something right there. Like, you see how I just said I wasn't addicted to it? But guess what? I probably wasn't doing it as much as the next person, but at the same time, I grew up around it. And then I felt like when I was around these certain people, relatives or friends or whatever, you know what I'm saying, cousins, whatever, I felt that's what I had to do to fit in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a generational curse too, drugs, yo. And then you doing the drugs, most people don't do them around their kids, but some people do, yo. And then you don't even gotta do drugs around your kids. You could just be high and you're around your kids and your kids see you high, so it passes over to the next generation. And then what's sad is when your kids do it and then they doing it around their kids, then so on and so on and so on. And that's what Satan wants, man. He here to destroy, yo. So that's definitely a generational curse you want to break for sure. Like what's another one? Cigarettes. Now, we all grew up in a household, I don't want to say in your household, but you got a relative that smokes cigarettes, Newports, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, depending on your nationality. Caucasian, some Marlboros, you know what I'm saying. But it's like, man, you grow up smoking cigarettes, and cigarettes give you cancer. So a generational curse right there. Like they all curses, yo. Like, and the system put this stuff out there for us, yo. They know what that stuff do to us. You know what I'm saying? The FDA said it's cool. Yeah, alright. The FDA said that thing that go on your arm was cool, and you saw people catching it for that. So Don't really listen to what you see on the news, guys. Like, for real, for real. Generational curse. Money could be a generational curse. When you idolize it, you grew up watching your parents, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, yo, get the money. Like, yeah, I tell my kids get the money, but it's like at the same time, like I told you guys in a last video, money is a tool. You run the money. You use money to get ahead, to get what you want, but it shouldn't be all about money. No. Get money. We need money to survive. We need it to survive. We need it to pay our bills. We need it to eat. But it shouldn't be your God. You know what I'm saying? So money could be a generational curse too. Like when I break it down to my kids about, yeah, you got to get money, but yeah, it's about their character. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you don't step over people. Like, people do dirty stuff to get money. You get what I'm saying? And when you being grimy and greasy to people, or you backdooring people, you know, like if you work somewhere, an example, right? You work somewhere and you trying to get somebody fired, or you spreading rumors about them so you could get the raise and they don't get the raise. Money run you, yo, because your character, you a foul dude. You a foul woman. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something like that, well, you can lie on somebody just so you could get ahead and get a couple of dollars. Money for sure is a generational curse. What else? Materialism is a generational curse. Materialism meaning cars, jewelry, clothes. You know what I'm saying? You grow up, you know what I'm saying? You get the idolize. That's another idol. Clothes could be an idol too. Cars could be an idol. All that. You get what I'm saying? Like, well, man, yo, I gotta get this. I gotta get these clothes. I gotta get that, bro. I shop a lot, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I don't idolize it. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you grew up, and I grew up, had relatives where, man, you gotta get these, you gotta get these, you gotta get that, they finna come out. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of fall a victim, like, yo, well, I want to fit in. You know what I'm saying? I feel I gotta get this, and now you idolizing. So that's a generational curse. Because how? Because you can't save money. You always spending your money. You gotta have balance. Like I always tell, I'm a firm believer. Bless yourself. Are them Jordans coming out? The bills paid? You got all your responsibilities out the way? Then buy them. If you like them, buy them. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have balance. You know what I'm saying? If you know you just bought a pair of shoes last week for $250, and then they coming out with another pair next week, nah, hell, it's $500 in 2 weeks. It ain't that serious now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have balance. Have balance with that. So money definitely could be a generational curse, because some people do some strange things for that change. You know what I'm saying? We can get in there. You got some male. I mean, nowadays you got male and women prostitutes. So like, that's a generational curse right there. I mean, I can't explain it no better than that, yo. Like, we ain't gonna get too rated R over here. I know it's New Era rich, but not that rated R. So money is a generational curse for real, guys. What else we got? Being a follower. You could have grew up watching your parents do what they older brother, or like your uncle, or your auntie, what they older sister tell, or they mom. Because man, I see this a lot, yo. You listening to your mom. Check it out. You 30 something, got a house, you got a husband or a wife, you got kids, but then you still following the rules of your parents. That's crazy. Where they do that at, yo? Come on, man. Like, let's say the holidays come around. Oh yeah, we cooking for the holidays. What about your house? You cook for your house. Your house come first. If you got a husband, your husband come before your mama. If you got a wife, your wife come before your mama. This is facts. So being a follower, yo, you're like, man, I gotta follow because that's my mom. What? Even in the Bible, yo, they tell you, yo, once you get married, your spouse come before them. So don't be a follower. Stop following on camera. And I'm using a mom or a dad as an example, because you definitely ain't supposed to be following no friend or no cousin. Come on now. What we doing out here? So yeah, be a leader, not a follower, yo. So yeah, definitely at some point in time in your age, you guys, you gotta wake up and you gotta be like, look, mom, look, dad, I'm grown. Got my own job. You right. They don't pay your bills. They don't help. I bet they don't help you pay your bills. So what you listening to them? They trying to tell you about your marriage and they don't like your husband or they don't like your wife. Come on, man. That's when you got to shut that down, because that'll cause problems in your relationship, man. And that's a generational curse right there. Then you get divorced. Are your mom and dad divorced? Most of the time they probably are. They divorced, or they ain't with each other no more, or they living together and they divorced mentally. They sleeping in separate beds. You don't want to be like that, so don't follow that routine, because your mom probably listened to her mom and her mom probably had a messed up marriage. So now she messed up hers. And then there you go, it messed up yours. Generational curse. Stuff we gotta break, right? The system. It's a big one, guys. And this is pretty much everybody. At least 95%, right? The system. I already brought up working for the system, but let's bring up our kids, meaning schooling, right? I'm a firm believer in homeschool. I ain't gonna lie to you. How many generations went past where we was, all us, including me, grew up in a school? What school? You went to high school, you went to grammar school, you yada yada yada, you went to college. Believe it or not, guys, I did like a year of college. Whatever. But anyway, right? If you look at the schools today and what they're teaching and what they're not teaching, you get what I'm saying? You kind of don't want to follow what your parents did with you, bring you up in the school system. And then if you ain't got no choice, like I understand people need like the schools, because they gotta work. How you gonna do homeschooling? You gotta work. You get what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, get what I'm saying? Like how you gonna do homeschooling? You at work. Some people can't pay for that homeschool, and then if you can't do it yourself, because you definitely can do it yourself, all you need is Wi-Fi and some laptops. Just keeping it real with you. But think about it, guys, though. Like, look at, and then I mean the school's getting shot up too. So it's like, yo, are your kids really safe in the school system? I mean, even when it's snow, it could snow 2 inches. They sending the kids home anyway for e-learning. Come on. You get what I'm saying? You might as well do homeschool all year round. You get what I'm saying? You ain't got to pay tuition and all that. But my whole point is, like, I ain't going to get too deep into this because I don't want to offend. I don't want the wrong people getting in my comment section. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want that type of traffic over here. But I will say, like, look what they teaching in the schools. They teaching the kids, I'm gonna put it like this, they teaching the kids that it's more than 2 genders. I think I read something about 40 genders. Bro, you got male and female. Where the other 38 genders come from? Right? And I'm gonna leave it at that. And they teaching these kids this, yo. So it's like, come on, man. Why you want your kid going to school? Well, am I really a boy? Am I really a girl? And I'm gonna leave it at that. You get what I'm saying? So you kind of don't want to follow the school system. I mean, like I say, like, if you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do. But I will say this, if your kid's in that system, in that school, you better be in tune, bro. Look at everything they bring it home, yo. Especially when they're young, I'm saying. I'm talking about the young ones. Like, you got to be in tune and know what's going on. Be an active parent, like, for real, for real. Like, yeah, they doing school at home. I mean, they doing school at the system school. But when they come home and you done working, have that hour talk with them. And then even if the teacher taught them something, go back and elaborate on what that teacher said in your way, on how you know it's supposed to be taught to your kid. All right. Fast food. When I say fast food, that's a generational curse. But I mean food in general. Food, you know, like the McDonald's and all that. Grew up eating all this fast food and all that. 1, it's a waste of money, bro. 2, man, bro, like, they got so many ground beef recalls. It's all type of stuff going into that food. It's not real food, guys. I ain't even gonna get on Taco Bell. But guys, yo, that's a generational curse. Just being part of the world, eating part of the world. Because I mean, try to go to even the grocery store, believe it or not, yo, it's some bad food up in there. But I rather you better off in the grocery store, yo, cooking some homemade meals. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the women, the queens on that out there. Y'all been doing it for your generations, yo. Nowadays the men stepping it up in that kitchen. I'm one of them. So it's like, yo, don't eat out like that, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? I grew up on McDonald's, there's eating out all the time, and it's like, yo, that's bad for you. Yeah, it don't affect you when you're a kid, but it affects you. You end up with problems, yo. Like America, I think we the fattest state right now. So it's like fast food and just eating anything, you know what I'm saying, is a generational curse because it causes health problems. And if you feeding your kids McDonald's and Wendy's and Taco Bell, Taco Bell, guys, I used to work there, guys. Man, I think that was like my first job, yo, 16. Man, I'm telling you guys, man, you don't want to know what's in that food, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to protest Taco Bell, but I'm telling you guys, like, and then your kids, they end up getting kids, and then they feeding their kids that crap, man. So it's like, that's something you definitely don't want to, you know, feed your kids. So yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. What I got for today, you know, generational curses is something. You know, I might do another video and elaborate more on it. You know, this just quick early morning. You know, I wanted to knock this out before I started my day because it was on my head. I wanted to chime in with you guys. Consider the people that come over here and rock with me. Consider you family. So I feel like each one teach one. You know. So I gotta drop that information. You know what I'm saying? If I get, man, yo, I think people need to hear this. I'm gonna let you hear it. You know. So guys, know generational curses can be simple things. They're embedded in you when you're little. Whether your parents knew they was doing it on purpose or not, it is what it is. You know, their bad habits can, yeah, that's basically what it is. Bad habits overlapping on to the kids, and the kids become grown, and them bad habits still are living in the kids that are now grown, and they overlap the bad habits to them kids, and then them kids, generational curses just keep going and just keep going. It ain't doing none of us no good, you know. So yeah, that is it. Hope you guys have a great day. New Era's checking out.